Last example of the nodes, we're finally to example 2. Given the length of a rectangle is 2 square root 8 feet and its width is 4 square root 3 feet, write a simplified expression for the area of the rectangle. So I'm going to sketch this for us just so we can kind of visualize what's going on here. So we have some rectangle, and whoever measured this decided to be mean and give us these irrational measurements. So I have 2 root 8 feet, and I have 4 square root 3 feet. I have no idea the decimal version of these answers, nor do I want to know, because it's saying it wants a simplified answer, which is saying I don't want to round it, I don't want decimals. We want area. When you do area of a rectangle, you should be taking the length of the rectangle times the width of the rectangle. So we're going to take those two measurements and find their product. So the length was 2 root 8 feet. We're going to multiply by the width, which is 4 root 3 feet. So I see multiplication with radicals. We're going to follow our same rules. Multiply, simplify. 2 times 4 gets me an 8 outside the radical. I'm also going to multiply my numbers inside the radical. 8 times 3 is 24. And then as a weird side note, you don't have to do this. I think some science classes make you do this at the high school, but I technically am taking feet times feet. Anything times itself is that thing squared. So if you've ever kind of wondered, why do we say area is square feet when we just measure a distance as regular feet? This is part of the mathematical reason why. Feet times feet, when I do area, gets me feet squared. So our final answer, when it says a simplified expression for the area of the rectangle, will be in square feet. But it says simplified, and this is not simplified. So after you multiply, you do need to make sure it's simplified. Off to the side, I'll write out my prime factorization for 24. 24, I know, is a 2 and a 12. So there's a prime number. 12 is a 2 and a 6. And a 6 is a 2 and a 3. So I don't need these composite numbers anymore. I just need those prime numbers. So 8 is the number, my coefficient, my number outside. I don't care about it right now. All I care is that we've rewritten the 24 as 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. And at the end, our unit is square feet. Pairs make perfect squares, so I see 2 times 2, which is 4, and the square root of 4 is a regular 2. And those are the only pairs, because remember, this square feet is not in the radical, it's just kind of like hanging out at the end, so don't cancel those out or anything. So my answer will be in square feet still, which means in the radical is still those 2 and the 3 left over to not get paired up. And then I'll just combine my coefficient. 8 times 2 is 16, 2 times 3 is 6. So if you want to know the exact area of this weird rectangle, it would be 16 square root 6 square feet.